everybody. We're back at school. Only this time we're from another area of the school. The surroundings are different. But I wonder if you can recognize any friends over in the window that you might have seen before. That's exciting. Or I have some stories that you might have heard before behind me as well. That's because when you come to school, so many things are going to look familiar. And that's one of the best things about watching me at home is I'm showing you lots of things that you're going to see once you come to school. Well, today we are in the practical life area of school. The practical life area is connected right to where you saw me, my area of school. It's right over there. Where my other videos were, right around the corner, right there. I can see it from here. So it's just another section. So you're looking at me from just a different angle. I have to tell you something. I think practical life is my favorite area of school because we can do so much. We can learn how to take care of ourselves, right? This is where we're going to learn washing our hands, singing the ABCs, and this is where we learn how to have our snack all by ourselves, and this is where we learn how to sweep and how to polish and how to work with tools and how to sort. We even learn how to do things like sew and use chopsticks, and we even do cooking. We do so much in this room. And like, the sky's the limit. Like if it's something that you do at home and you're like, I like to watch my dad when he cooks, maybe we'll cook. Or if you say, you know what, I've always wanted to know, no one in my house knows how to sew a button. Tricia, could you show me how to sew a button? Well, I know how to sew buttons. And a lot of you, if you came to school here last year, know how to sew buttons. And those of you who don't know, you're gonna learn. So that's exciting. But sewing buttons is not the first place you start. You have lots to do before that. But we have to learn things in an order. And that's what we do at school. So like, let's say you want to drive your mom or your dad's car. Well, you're too little, right? You can't drive a car yet, but you're bigger than you were when you were a baby. So maybe you don't have to take a stroller. Maybe you have a bike or a scooter and you're learning that little thing first, and then you'll get really good at that, and then you'll get a bigger bike, and then you'll get a bigger bike, and then you're going to get a bike with just 2 wheels that you can go really fast on. And then you're going to do that for a really long time until you're really, really good at that. And you're just going to keep working up and doing more and more things. And you get better and better at them. Well, that's just what school is like. We start really small and then we get better and better and work it up. So you might really want to sew that button. But first we're going to practice how to go in and out with our needle and do some sewing shapes. And then you're going to sew a button. And then maybe you're going to sew a pillow. Yep, we even make pillows here. So there's all these different levels, and that's kind of what our book is about. Our book is about our friend, you know what that guy's name is? His name's Max. His name's Max. And he has a sister, Ruby, and Ruby is older than him. So Ruby can do a lot of things because she's older and she has been practicing for a long time. But Max isn't old yet, but he wants to learn. He really does. So he has to think up some new ways to do things. Oh, and you see something else in front of me. Well, if we have been watching these before, we know that we cannot do this until we do this. So we're going to read our book, and then I'm going to show you something that you can do on the very first day of school that is going to help you learn. This book is called Bunny Cakes. It's by Rosemary Wells. Oh, look, and remember I said cooking, right? And you see all that stuff? That looks like things for baking. I like baking too. Bunny cakes. It was Grandma's birthday. Max made her an earthworm birthday cake. No, Max, said Max's sister Ruby. We are going to make Grandma an angel surprise cake with raspberry fluff icing. Ooh, that sounds good. Max wanted to help. Don't touch anything, Max, said Ruby. But it was too late. You see what happened? All the eggs cracked. Max dropped the eggs. See, they're right here on the edge. Ruby sent Max to the store with a list that said eggs. Max wanted red hot marshmallow squirters for his earthworm cake, so he wrote red hot marshmallow squirters on the list. That's just scribbles. See, this says E-G-G-S, eggs, but this is just scribble, scribble, scribble. The grocer could not read Max's writing. He had tried. Eggs, said the grocer, and he gave Max eggs. Max brought the eggs home to Ruby. Don't bump the table, Max, said Ruby. But it was too late. Oh, what happened? The milk spilled out. Ruby sent Max back to the store with a list that said milk. This time Max wrote red hot marshmallow squirters a different way. Max hoped and hoped for his squirters, but the grocer still couldn't read Max's writing. Milk, said the grocer, and he gave Max milk. Max brought home the milk to Ruby. There's a yellow line on the floor, Max, said Ruby. You can't step over that line. But Max crossed the line anyway. Over went the flour. Ruby got out her pencil. Flour. This time Max wrote red hot marshmallow squirters in the most beautiful writing he knew. Max could almost taste the marshmallow squirters. Flour, said the grocer, and he gave Max flour. Max just doesn't know how to write yet, but that's okay. He's still little. He's still little. We all learn things in time. When Max got home, there was a sign on the kitchen door. It's Max's picture with a line through it. Max, the kitchen is no place for you, said Ruby. Ruby finished up her cake. Oh, Max just makes mistakes, and it's okay to make mistakes. Just has to be more careful. She baked it and cooled it and iced it with raspberry fluff frosting. It needs something else, Max, said Ruby. See, Ruby's not mad at Max. She's not mad. Birthday candles, silver stars, sugar hearts, buttercream roses, wrote Ruby. Meanwhile, Max had a brand new idea. Oh, I think he was looking at that sign with his picture on it, and he thought, ooh, pictures. Birthday candles, silver stars, sugar hearts, buttercream roses, and there's a picture. He drew a picture of red hot marshmallow squirters on Ruby's list and ran to the grocer. He could not wait. Birthday candles, silver stars, sugar hearts, buttercream roses, said the grocer. What's this? Why, it must be red hot marshmallow squirters. Oh, good job, Max. He just drew a picture of what was on the box. What a smart boy he is. Wow. Ruby's cake looked just beautiful. Max went out and put caterpillar ice cream on his earthworm cake. Grandma was so thrilled, she didn't know which cake to eat first. She's a really good grandma, isn't she? She is. Which cake would you eat first? That's the one I would eat too. Well, I really like Max and Ruby. Very nice book. I love bunny cakes. Well, so what are we going to learn how to do? What's the very first thing that we learn how to do at school? Well, we don't want to spill. You don't want to spill, right? Because that's one of the first things you want to learn is how to not spill, right? So this is how we practice. So this tray is over on that shelf. So when you want to practice pouring, so you're not like Max and you don't make a mess, you have to practice and practice and practice and practice and practice, and then you won't spill anymore. So you can practice this at home too. If you have even 2 cups, you don't even need a pitcher. You can just do it with 2 cups. So this is a tray, but on this tray, so you're gonna take the whole tray over, there's a real glass. This is what we use, real glass here at school. That means that if this falls on the floor, it will break, just like an egg. It'll just crash. Maybe something is broken at your house. And what usually happens when something breaks at your house is someone in your family will say, oh, stop what you're doing, because that's glass, and glass is sharp and it could hurt you. And so we just stand back, and then one of the teachers, like, I'll come over and then I'll sweep it up and then I'll get a new glass, because we have like 100 of these. But we don't want to break them because it's very startling, and we like to take care of our things here at school. So this is our glass, and our glass has this red line on it. And that's because when we learn to pour, and you might know this from at home if you've seen someone pour liquid into a cup, like have a glass of water, that you don't fill it all the way to the tippy top, because or else you'd have to really struggle to get it into your mouth. You don't fill it to the tippy top. You usually only fill it about to the middle, because the tippy top, ooh, that's hard. So you're gonna fill it about to the middle. So I have a pitcher, and in this pitcher I have some blue water. We never drink this water. We don't drink this water. This is just to practice. This is practice water. If it was drinkable water, we would be over in the snack area, which is right over there. We would be over at the snack area, and that's where we would drink real water. This is to practice, and we know it's practice water because it's colored. We don't want to drink it. Yucky, yucky. But we're going to pick it up very carefully. We're going to hold it with our hand, lift, and hold onto the glass at the same time. Now place it on the edge of the glass. Here, let's see, I don't know if you can hear it, but wait. So I'm not going to usually do it that. There. On the edge, and then we're going to fill it. I hope you can see this. And I filled it to the blue line, and or the red line, I still have a little bit of blue water left. But that's okay, because I already filled it to the blue line. See that? So I don't need this last bit of blue water. I already did what I needed to do, which is fill the glass with the little pitcher. So when I'm done, I just pour the water from the glass back into the pitcher. Very carefully, like this. There's that drip stuck. Well, that's okay. And then I do it again, because we just practice. We just keep doing it. So then I'm just going to do it again. And this time I know, oh, it's not going to be all of it. It's going to be almost all of it. Still a little bit left. A little bit, tiny bit. And then pour it again. And I'm going to do this as many times as I want. I'm going to do it over and over again until I feel like I really have it. Really know what I'm doing now. I really know how to pour using a real glass and a real glass pitcher. And then I'll know that I can move on to something else and try something else, because I'm ready to do that. And then we have all sorts of different pouring things that you can do. But this is what we do. We practice here at school. So what's really exciting is your very first day of school, you can practice pouring like this. And if you've come to school lots of times and you've done lots of pouring, then you can already move past this. So if you're new and you come to school and there's somebody like Ruby who is doing something bigger than you, it's really good to watch, kind of like Max did. He really watched and he looked at Ruby's picture. He looked at the picture that Ruby drew of him with the, and he goes, oh, that's a good idea. If I draw a picture, I know what a picture means. So that means the grocer will too. Max is so smart. He might not know how to write yet, but he's super smart, just like you. So you'll be able to watch kids and go, oh, you know what? I thought I didn't know how to do that, but now I've watched all this time and now I know. So school's very fun, and you're gonna love practical life. You're gonna love it. So much fun. I didn't even name all the things you can do here. There's many, many, many more. Okay. Have a great rest of your day, and I can't wait to see you soon. Bye.